Today we had a Genesis update on when the next point update will be, and it will be expected on Monday the 27th. So this is going to be very interesting to see how they do this, as a lot of things have been going down. So let's talk about what's been highlighted in this, and let's take a look. So this is the first round of changes where we have actual data, and they're excited. Everything up till now has been playtesting and theory crafting, but now that we've got actual deck lists, we can put them in motion. And the basic idea is cards that get played by lots of people will go up, and cards aren't getting played as much will go down. But point decay is not automatic, and we'll always keep a hand on the wheel to make sure nothing unfun creeps in, which is absolutely amazing because this whole entire format is 535 cards plus. So that's going to be great. So first off, they are going to be talking about certain cards and strategies saw distinctly outsized play rates and success rates, like Pot of Extravagance being everywhere in an early article, but it's not the only generic draw card that's gone overboard. So things like Sekka's Light, Upstart Goblin, and many others have seen play. And then for deck themes, there's a nice cluster of reasonably popular and successful depth types, another smaller cluster that are slightly more represented and successful than that, and then there's Vanquish Soul. So they're going to be taking a look at Vanquish Soul as players were able to quickly adapt their advanced format deck and try it out in the format. So, um, yeah, Vanquish Soul's getting touched. That's literally what it's going to be talking about. So they should expect to make sacrifices in both engine and non-engine on Monday. So sorry, Vanquish Soul players, you got to find a new deck probably. Uh, ex- Excessive use of generics. There are a few of these, and several just need to be brought in line with similar cards that are already costed appropriately. These are mostly, but not entirely, draw effects, special summon and get a card monsters, and Solemn Judgment variants. So Solemn Judgment, Strike, Warning, Iron Thunder, and all of that. So honestly, that's absolutely fine, and that is good. New cards for themes with points already. You'll get 1 weekend to play it for 0, but the Fallen and the Virtuous will be getting some points come Monday. So keep an eye out on that because this is going to be a crazy card for Genesis format for the whole weekend. Then we have spells that weren't tempting. There are a number of good, powerful spells on the list that seems a little too costly to tempt duelists into play them. Mirage of Nightmare is a good example of this type, so they're going to be decreasing or reducing the costs of how much Mirage of Nightmare costs. So that is going to be really, really good for decks who want to use it. But honestly, Mirage of Nightmare is relatively slow, and that is fine. After that, we have themes that weren't tempting. There are several themes that were very popular internally and still used despite their current point cost that the world at large wasn't interested in playing. Will adjust a bit. Caesar changes its thumbs to point up, so this means DDD Wave King High Caesar might get adjusted to be less points. Extra deck cheat cards. When you have extra deck monsters summoning other monsters from the extra deck, like Bahamut Shark did, it's going to draw some attention. So we might see cards like Bahamut Shark and others get um, go up in points, and that's absolutely fine. FTK combo pieces. I love how they're calling these people out. So some players decide to just run various FTKs over and over again in hopes that of a breakthrough to the Invitational. None of them succeeded, and now will force such players further into the unrealistic clickbait combo dimension if they want to try again. FTKs don't work, so they're going to be rising the prices or rising the points up more to make it harder to even just FTK at all. So cards likely to become an issue, but we just can't prove it yet. We're still building and testing decks internally, and there are some cards we anticipate to get unfun and out of hand at some point in the next month if we don't adjust them now. So this is probably saying, hey, the Legendary 5Ds decks will make something unfun along with the brand new Chronicle structure deck. So we're going to adjust them now. Even Artifact Mail Lock is going on in Genesis format, so they might have to adjust that to 100 points. After that, Game administration troublemakers. A few cards cause issues with the progression of games or create conflict externally to the game between the players that must then be resolved by judges, like Question, as I mentioned here, and Last Turn. So, an example of this of a card is Question, which suspends a critical part of the official tournament policy for the duration of its activation and resolution, making trouble for everyone involved. By making it more expensive than Monster Reborn, the use of Question will be questionable. Honestly, this is fine. Cards like Question and Last Turn should be up higher. So Question could be 15, maybe 11, while Last Turn they could bump up all the way to 100. So this will be the first adjustment list based on real world Genesis play. We're always looking for more data, and you can help by sending in the deck list from your tournament or posting them online in written or video form. If you can add hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis, even better. So, P.S. Remember, whenever we update points, the deck builder website will always have them first, and we'll post an article here right away. The point list at the main Genesis page will probably lag behind a little bit. Don't panic, and keep in mind, we're still in early access and we're hoping to revamp this in the near future. So, what does this say? We're going to have a whole entire point update come October 27th. And this is going to be great because they're going to be adjusting a lot of the issues that the players have been having currently while pushing out older decks like Vanquish Soul for players to try out new things. I do expect Automat to get some respective hits along with Exorcister and a few other decks here and there. But overall, I cannot wait to see what Konami has in plan for the next Genesis point update, as I'm probably going to make a short on a card that could possibly happen to go to 100. So we're going to have to wait on that. But tell me what your thoughts are on this down in the comments below. But I'm glad that we're getting communication like this, and tell me your thoughts about it down below as well. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships, and if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.